Good morning. We have studied about the February Revolution. Now, what happened after February? After February, the provincial governments were formed, and in this provincial government, the army officials, landowners, and nationalists, they were in the power. They were having the influential position in these governments. But the liberals and the socialists, they were working towards the formation of a elected government. But as these provincial government took charge, what they done? They removed restriction on public meetings and associations. So as these restrictions took over, the Soviets were formed like Petrograd Soviet in different cities, different parts of the country. But there was no common election system for these Soviets. Soviets, it means the public council. In April 1917, the Bolshevik leader Vladimir Lenin returned to Russia from his exile. He was in exile in other countries, in Italy and in Germany. He came to Russia from there, and he was in exile as he opposed the war since 1914. He was opposed to Russia join the First World War. But as he came to Russia, what he felt that it was a time for Soviets to take over power. For the Soviets, which were constituted in different parts of the country, should take the power from the provincial governments. So he declared a war be brought to a close. What he said? He said that the civil war which is going on in the country should be brought down to a close. For that he kept three demands. What were three demands? First, land be transferred to the peasant. The land that is to be transferred to the peasants, to the person who is cultivating the land. Banks be nationalized. First, the war be brought to a close. Second, the war should end it. Second, the land be transferred to the peasants, and the third, bank should be nationalized. These three demands were put down by the Lenin. These were called the Lenin's April Theses, because he put down these three demands in the month of April. Then he said that the Bolshevik party, his party, should be renamed as Communist Party, so that it can indicate its new radical ideas. As he put down his demand in front of the party as April Thesis, many party workers were very much surprised by the ideas, by the thesis of Lenin, because what they think that the right time has not come to start the revolution, the socialist revolution in the country against the provincial government. What they said that this right now we should support these provincial government, and subsequently with the time we should change the system. But the Lenin was not agree with them, and he want to change the things quickly. As he started the movement, it spread in the country in the summers of 1917. It was called as the workers' movement. It spread first in the industrial areas, and many factory committees were formed. These factory committees started questioning the industrialists how they run their factories. Many trade unions grew there. Just like in the factories, the soldiers' committees also formed in the army. In the June of 1917, Lenin called for a Soviet of Soviets, a Congress of Soviets. For that, 500 Soviets in the Russia sent their representative, and they demanded for the reduction in the powers of provincial government. As the provincial government saw its power reduced and Bolshevik influence grew, it decided to take stern measure against the spreading discontent. They started to crush the revolution and to take measures against the spreading of discontent. It resisted attempts by workers to run factories and began arresting leaders. What they done? They started arresting leaders so that the revolution should not grow. Popular demonstrations staged by the Bolshevik in July 1917 was sternly repressed. Many Bolshevik leaders had to go into hiding or flee. Till 1917, in the month of June, they arrested a lot of leaders, and because of these, the demonstration which were staged to be in the month of July 1917 were suppressed, and the leaders which were going to attend those revolutions, those demonstrations, were either arrested or they go into hiding or they flee from Russia and went to other countries. Meanwhile, in the countryside, it was the situation in the industrial areas. Now, what happened in the villages? Peasants and their socialist revolutionary leaders praised for a redistribution of land. What they demanded? They demanded the redistribution of land. Land committees were formed to handle this. Encouraged by the social revolutionaries, peasants seized lands between July and September. What they done? They seized land from the landowners and they redistributed land through the land committee which was formed by the farmers, and they distributed land among the farmers between July to September. Now the second part of the revolution started in the month of October. As the revolution was going on in the country, the conflict between the provincial government and the Bolshevik group grows. Lenin had a fear that the provincial government would set up a dictatorship. So, in September, he started discussing with his party members, with the people who were against the government, just like the Bolshevik supporters in the army, the Soviets of different parts of the Russia, the factory workers, the groups of factory workers, and the leaders who were up against the government. He brought together everyone, he discussed with everyone, and had a plan. He want to make a plan to stop the government by imposing any kind of dictatorship or any kind of emergency. On 16th October 1917, Lenin persuaded the Petrograd Soviet and Bolshevik party to agree to a socialist seizure of power. What they were agreed to, that the socialists should seize the power, and they formed the government. And for a military revolutionary committee was appointed by the Soviet under Lenin Trotsky to organize the seizure. All the military people were there. That is called the Military Revolutionary Committee. This committee was headed by the Lenin Trotsky, and their main job was to organize the seizure. It means to seize the power. The date of event was kept secret because it was a very much secret task, because they were going to seize the power, so it was kept very much secret that when are they are going to do the seizure of power. Now there is very important point is that the dates of Russian Revolution. The Russian Revolution, which we call as February Revolution, was actually took place on 12th March, and the October Revolution that we call actually took place on 7th November. Why it happened? It happened because Russia, they followed the Julian calendar till 1918, and the rest of the world is following the Gregorian calendar, and the Gregorian calendar is 13 days ahead from Julius calendar. So till 1918 they are following the olden calendar, and in that calendar the dates are 13 days ahead from the Gregorian calendar that we follow today. So this is because of this the dates were changed after just like they started revolution on 13 March, but as they followed the Gregorian calendar, it goes to the date goes to the February. They started the revolution on 7th November, but when they started following the Gregorian calendar, they took it to 13 days back, so it becomes the date of October. So this is why these are called the February Revolution and October Revolution. Now when the Lenin was planning the military uprising against the government also sensing the trouble, they come to know that something is going to be against the government. So the Prime Minister Kerensky left the city and summoned the troops. They had the information that the uprising will take place on 24th October. So on the morning of 24th October at dawn, military men loyal to the government seized the building of 2 Bolshevik newspapers. Pro-government troops were sent to take over telephone and telegram offices and protect the Winter Palace. In a swift response, the Military Revolutionary Committee ordered its supporters to seize government. When it happened that the government seized everything in their power, the military person who were loyal to government, they seized everything, the Bolshevik newspapers, the telephone and telegraph offices. The Military Revolutionary Committee which was formed by the Lenin, they ordered their supporters to seize government offices and arrest ministers. Late in the day, the ship Aura sailed in the Winter Palace. Other vessels sailed down the Neva and took over various military points. The military committee, they were stormed into the Winter Palace. They went into the Neva and they captured all different military points and the palaces. By nightfall, the city was under the committee's control. Till the evening, when the night started, all the city was under the control of the military committee. The ministers had surrendered. All the ministers of the government were surrendered. At the meeting of the All Russian Congress of Soviet in Petrograd, the majority approved the Bolshevik action. On next day, they organized a meeting of All Russian Congress of Soviets in Petrograd, and in that meeting, the majority approved the Bolshevik action which was taken against the government. The same uprising took place in the other cities as well, and there was a heavy fighting, especially in Moscow. But by December, the Bolsheviks controlled the Moscow Petrograd area, and they were in the power till then. Now, what changed after October? What changed in Russia after October? As the October Revolution took place and the Bolsheviks came into power, they started a new system. They were totally opposed to the private property. So what they done? They nationalized all the banks. They redistributed all the lands. All the lands were seized and they were declared the social property. And they allowed farmers, they allowed peasants to capture land from nobility. So the people captured land as much they can capture. Then if a family is living in a very big house, the house was divided as per the requirement of the family. Suppose if 4 persons are living there in the family and they require 2 rooms to live in, the government sent other families to live in their home so that everyone can get the housing facility. All the olden titles which were given by the Tsar were banned and they cannot use those titles. So all these were happening in the Russia. The Bolsheviks renamed their party as Russian Communist Party and they conducted the elections of Constituent Assembly, but they failed to get the majority support. It means they get seats less than the majority support. So in January 18, the assembly rejected Bolshevik measures which we studied in the previous paragraph. And as they rejected their measures, the Lenin, who was the chief of the country, he dismissed the assembly. What he thought? He thought all the Russian Congress of Soviets was more democratic than the assembly elected by in uncertain conditions. So he dismissed the assembly. In March 1918, despite opposition by their political allies, the Bolsheviks made peace with Germany and at Brest-Litovsk. In 1918, they started a peace treaty with Germany. Though all the political parties in Russia were against this, but they signed a peace treaty with Germany at Brest-Litovsk. In the years that followed, the Bolsheviks became the only party to participate in the election to the All Russian Congress of Soviets, which became the parliament of the country. Russia became a one-party state. In the coming years, they banned all the other parties, and the Russian Communist Party was the only party was contesting in the election of the Soviets, and very soon Russia became a one-party state. Trade unions were kept under the party control. The secret police called the Cheka first and the later OPGU and NKVD punished those who criticized the Bolsheviks. Russia became the one-party state, the trade unions were kept under their party control, and this formed a secret police which were named the Cheka, and then OPGU, and then NKVD. They punished those who criticized the Bolsheviks. Many young writers and artists rallied to the party because it stood for socialism and for change. After October 17, this led to experiments in the arts and architecture, but many became disillusioned because of the censorship of the party encouraged. They encouraged a lot of censorships in the system, so many were not happy with the system which were running in the country by the Socialist Party. Then the Russia saw a civil war between 18 to 19, and what happened after that we will study in next video. Thank you.